Come in day 2. As you know that in day 1 I have started a new chapter 3, gravitation. Okay, and in that day I have discussed about some notations and formulas of this chapter. Okay, today I am going to start new topic, Newton's universal law of gravitation. Okay, so kindly request to all of you, please sit with pen and notebook and your science book and turn page number 124, same page. Okay, so let us see Newton's universal law of gravitation. Okay, you know a legendary story about Newton. You all, I think, familiar with this story. So let us see. There is a legendary story that one day while Newton was sitting under an apple tree, okay, a ripened apple fell on his head. Okay, he knew from the first law of motion. Just move on chapter 2, first law of motion. First law of motion, that means any object is maintain its position, either rest or motion, when there is no external force act on the body. Okay, that means the apple fell on the earth. It means apple, there is a some force exerted by other things on the apples, due to which apples falls on the earth. Okay, that means he is curious about this. He knew from the first law of motion that a net force should have acted on the apple to make it fall from the tree. That means Newton realized when apple fall on the earth on his head, then he thought that there is a force acting on the ripened apple, due to which the apple fall on his head. Okay, then he concluded that the force of attraction which causes the motion of the moon around the earth is the same as that causes an apple to fall from a tree. That means Newton concluded that when an apple fell down the earth, then he concluded that there is a force like force of attraction between earth and moon, like a force also attracted between the earth and an apple, due to which apple fell on the ground from a tree. Students, when Newton concluded that there is a force of attraction between apple and the earth, due to which the apple fall on the tree, that means why earth does not move upward on the apple tree. Okay, based on these findings, he postulated his famous universal law of gravitation. After that, he postulated a famous law that is called universal law of gravitation in 1687. Okay, this law is also known as Newton's law of gravitation. That means he defined that, according to Newton's, he defined about Newton's universal law of gravitation, the force of attraction between any two objects by virtue of their masses is called the force of gravitation, or simply gravitational force. That means Newton said that two objects always exert a force on each other. Two objects always exert a force of attraction to each other by virtue of their masses. Suppose that object 1 and object 2. Object 1 has some mass, object 2 has some mass. Then object 1 exert a force of attraction to object 2, and object 2 also exert a force of attraction to object 1, due to which they are maintain their position. There is a gap between these two objects due to force of attraction by virtue of their masses. Okay, so you can define Newton universal law of gravitation like that: the force of attraction between two objects by virtue of their masses is known as force of gravitation, or simply gravitational force. That means in class 8 you have a study about gravitational force. Okay, gravitational force means the force exerted by earth is called gravitational force, but it is absolutely wrong in class 9. Gravitational force or force of gravitation meaning is quite different from class 8. Okay, gravitational force means the force of attraction between two objects. Okay, the force of attraction between two objects by virtue of their masses is called gravitational force. That means I also exert a force on the board, and board is also exert a force on me. Such force is called gravitational force. Thus it is not called the force which is always exerted by earth is called gravitational force. No. Let us see last para. The force of gravitation exerted by a huge heavenly body like earth, sun, moon or other planet etc. on a smaller object, then it's a smaller object near its surface is called force of gravity. That means when earth exert a force on another object, earth is very huge heavenly body as compared to football. Okay, then earth exert a force on the football, and football also exert force on the earth. Okay, but football is always fail on the earth due to depends upon their masses. So such type of force of attraction is called force of gravity. Okay, that means force of gravity means the force attracted, the force of attraction acting between a heavenly body to a small body is known as force of gravity, not gravitational force. Gravitational force means the force of attraction between two objects by virtue of their masses. Okay, is known as gravitational force. But force of gravity, that means when any heavenly object exert a force on a smaller object, then such type of force of attraction is called force of gravity. Students, today I have taught about Newton's universal law of gravitation. So today's class is over. Now it's time for your homework. Write down your homework. Students, here this is your homework for day 2. Okay, day 2. Today I have given only one question. Question 1, define gravitational force. I have taught what is gravitational force. So we will just define gravitational force and force of gravity. Okay, students, thanks to all of you for watching me. Have a nice day.